Hello, my name is Andre Ulloa. I'm a partner and executive advisor at M&A Healthcare Advisors. This video is part of our continued series on the transactional outlook of the 2022 lower middle market healthcare business segments we represent. My focus today is on pharmacy. It's quite a broad category, so in the essence of time, I will cover only 4 types of pharmacy for which we have extensive experience. Specialty pharmacy valuations have remained stable in recent years in spite of downward pressure on sales, gross margins, and net income. PBMs, with their increasing DIR fees, continue to put a strain on revenues and force patients and higher margin therapies into their affiliate pharmacies. Despite these factors, we're seeing year-over-year increases in the number of accreditations of independent specialty pharmacies. This suggests that there's a continued increase in the number of these pharmacies. So the demand remains high for these services by both patients and providers. There are numerous operational metrics for calculating a specialty pharmacy valuation, such as scale of distribution channels, therapy focus, integrated technologies, payer contracts, referral sources, accreditations, geography, and quality of the management team. Depending on the favorability of these metrics, we're seeing a range of between 5 to 7 times EBITDA on their value. However, last year, we were successful in selling a specialty pharmacy for over 8 times, probably due to its complementary synergies with the buyer. The upshot is that a well-run independent specialty pharmacy remains in demand, and we anticipate that it will hold value in the market for upcoming years. Community or retail pharmacies remain targets for strategic, large consolidators, but their values are declining. Although CVS Caremark has slowed their purchasing spree, they remain interested in open-door pharmacies that are within close proximity of their big box stores. The other larger pharmacy brands, in our opinion, look to be going in the other direction based on their shutting down of stores. The standard metric for valuing a retail pharmacy is based on a price per script, which takes into account the entire drug mix. If the average therapy revenue is higher than what we see in the market, then the seller can expect a bid that is higher than we see in the market. We can assess this on a per case basis and would welcome you to have a conversation with us about community pharmacy values in the current market. Long-term care pharmacies have experienced one of the steepest valuation declines in recent years. As a result of COVID and the mass migration to home-based cares, SNFs and ALFs have fallen out of favor within the investment community. What was so attractive about long-term care pharmacies previously were their contracts and high volume per bed revenue metrics. They had a captive patient and clear recurring revenue. But now with the decline in facilities business, there has been a decline overall with this type of pharmacy. We think this segment will come back within the next couple of years. But for now, we see valuations around 6 times adjusted EBITDA, which previously it was about 9 times or so. So there's a 3-point drop since 2019. But we do believe that it will hold at that level. And as I said, hopefully we can start to pick up some of those multiples in upcoming years. One of the brightest spots in pharmacy is in Infusion Pharmacies. Infusion continues to yield record-breaking valuations, probably given their emphasis on treating the patient in the most safe and comfortable setting. In a recent conversation with an Infusion Pharmacy client that now works with a larger strategic company, infusion therapy, especially on the independent level, continues to provide value to the patient that they have a tough time seeking in other places. Infusion therapies, the new biologics administered via infusion are more plentiful. There's just more drugs that are coming out in infusion format. There's a cost shift that's occurring from hospitals and post-acute care over to the home, and Infusion Pharmacy is a beneficiary of that. Like specialty, Infusion is higher touch, which makes it more attractive to providers and makes it more attractive to patients. It's not just merely dispensing a drug. And lastly, probably one of the good things about Infusion that we don't think about is that pharmacists in these pharmacies can actually do what they were trained to do. It's multidisciplinary. They have to have collaboration relationships with physicians and nurses. And that's a role that you can actually develop as opposed to being a dispensing hub and really not being much of a healthcare provider. Because of all these factors, we're seeing Infusion multiples around 7 to 9 times. Again, that range will vary depending on the value metrics within the pharmacy, but it could go higher. We just continue to see an increasing demand for this pharmacy type.